Hello, if you have received a link to this video, that means that you probably asked a question or talked about something that I'm gonna address in this very video, so stay tuned and watch till the end. But first, a magic trick. Alright, welcome back to Magic Isn't Real, the place where I replicate the claims of the supernatural with my very natural skills. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different, something that I wanted to do for a while, and if this is actually your first time on the channel, you should maybe watch a couple of other videos before. I know it's a terrible thing to say, I'm basically sending you away. Here's what I'm going to do today. Since I started my research on the supernatural, which goes beyond this very young YouTube channel, it's getting almost to 20 years. I know it's scary because it makes me feel old.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Anyway, after such a long time researching the supernatural, I started noticing a pattern. I started noticing that people ask me the same questions over and over and over, that people brings up the same argument. Just gonna answer to all of them today, right here, right now. Also, if you watch the video until the end, you will find out what happened to my nose. I know you can see it, because I can see it, and it bugs me a lot. But unfortunately, I had to post the video. I couldn't wait for this to heal. I tried to use healing powers, it didn't work. So anyway, here is the argument / questions, and here's the list in not any particular order, all right? Number 1, why don't you try yourself? Number 2, nothing will change your mind. Number 3, you just believe science. And ironically, number 4, science actually backs it up. Number 5, you have to unlearn what you know. Number 6, you're just a toxic hater. Number 7, so everyone is lying? Number 8, why don't you go only after people that charge us money? Number 9, why don't you reveal the trick? Number 10, I also used to be a skeptic. That's the list, but before we begin, I want to say something. If I send you a link to this video and you think that your question is not in the list or your argument is not in the list, it might just be a problem of semantics, okay? So maybe relook your question or relook your argument. Trust me, if I sent you this link, it's because whatever you're asking me, whatever you're saying, I will address it right here, right now. Let's do it. Why don't you try yourself? All right, this is a question that I'm really starting to hate for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1.
I did try it!
I did try it myself. Years ago, I was about to become a Qigong instructor. I was studying the mysticism. I was studying the spirituality. I was studying the Qi energy, the chakras, whatever you want to call it. I have experienced some supernatural thing. I just discovered later that the thing that I was experiencing were not supernatural, but I kept on trying and then nothing happened. The thing is that every time I say this, you tell me that I did it wrong. So I don't even know why you're asking this question, because there's no winning. I tell you I tried, you tell me I did it wrong, or I give up too soon, I met the wrong grandmaster, I met the people that didn't teach me properly. So every time you ask me why don't you try yourself, I just get mad because I did, and you just refuse to believe it. You refuse to believe that I've been trying it myself for years and nothing has been happening, or the thing that have been happening can be explained, they're physical, they're not supernatural, they're not mystical, and they don't come from my consciousness. Reason number 2 why I don't like this question is because you should be able to demonstrate it without me trying it. For example, let's pick a drug. Let's pick like magic mushrooms, all right? You can demonstrate to me what magic mushroom do to the brain without me taking magic mushroom, okay? If something is real and tangible, you have a million ways to demonstrate it without me having to try it for myself. Nothing will change your mind. Now, this one is incredible, especially after what I just said about myself. My mind was changed. I used to believe this. I used to practice it. Okay, you know what? Little personal story. When I was about to become a Qigong instructor, at some point I believed that I could predict the future. Seriously. And then I noticed that I'm just good at noticing like little things. It's almost like predicting a pattern. I mean, people that work in banks and stuff, people that invest money and whatever, they're really good at it. Anyway, point being is my mind was changed. And it can be changed again. Now, I don't know exactly what would change my mind, but I think we can start simple. I think we can have a couple of starting points that could help this process. So for example, let's talk about telekinesis. Let's begin with telekinesis working every time, not just when the planets are aligned or where your aura is at the right point. Like, it needs to work without a shadow of the doubt every time in every room, no matter who's in the room, no matter how we're trying to measure it. And why we're trying to measure it? Because if telekinesis is real, then it is a force. It is a force that we haven't discovered yet, or that we haven't figured out a way to measure. And once we figure out a way to measure it, then we can start writing scientific papers that could be peer reviewed. And don't say that, oh, who will be interested? People will dismiss it. Like, are you serious? I'm no physicist, but I know that if you discover a force, that we didn't know existed, that's Nobel Prize worthy, I'm pretty sure. So any scholar would jump at the opportunity to study this thing. The problem is that it has to work every time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
You just blindly believe whatever science says. What's going on with this one? Like, I hear it all the time and it makes no sense. Science is not a thing that asks you to believe. Science asks you to look, okay? It's a methodology to find evidence. It's a methodology to discover how things works. And it's a system that updates constantly. Science doesn't stop at point A and calls it an objective reality. Science is constantly evolving. I don't even know what you mean by believe anything the science says. But you know what? Let's quickly get to the next point, because it is ironically hilarious. Yes, because while half of you is like, you just believe science, which is something that I just demonstrated, it means nothing. The other half of you is like, oh, but if you actually look at science, you will see how it backs it up. Yeah, science does explain telekinesis and remote viewing and precognition. No, it doesn't. If you're screaming in your head right now, oh, look at quantum physics, you know nothing about quantum physics, okay? You are like Black Widow in Avengers Endgame.
Have either of you guys ever studied quantum physics?
Only to make conversation.
You know what? Yes, I'll give to you that there is still a lot we don't know about quantum physics, but just because we don't know, it doesn't mean that it explains your mysticism. And you know what? There is a brilliant video from Professor Dave Explains called Quantum Mysticism, and he goes over this exact thing. He goes over this idea that quantum physics explain anything mystical, and I don't think I can do a better job than him, so you should just check out that video. Moral of the story: no, it hasn't been demonstrated that our consciousness, whatever it is, because most of you don't even have a proper definition for it, but it hasn't been demonstrated that it controls our reality. But I'll give you this. Remember when I said science is always evolving and always getting better and better? If this is a real skill and a real ability, eventually we'll figure it out exactly how it works. And then science will back it up. And then maybe people like me will be more on board. And honestly, I can't wait. You have to unlearn what you know. And let me open a small parenthesis, which is something that I also get a lot in the comment section, and I'll also get a lot in a lot of conversation. And I specifically decided to not make it a point in this video because it is ridiculous. And it is this conspiracy theory that apparently governments or some secret society is actively trying to keep us away from our true potential, because this way they can control us better, or I don't know, the conspiracy changes according to who you're talking to. So this point is actually more something like you have to unlearn what they taught you. Now, again, I really don't want to talk about this conspiracy theory because it's full of, it has more holes than a pasta strainer. And I'm Italian, trust me, there's a lot of holes in a pasta strainer. And but in any case, let's talk about the first part. Like, you have to unlearn what you know. I have no idea what unlearn even means. How is it even possible? Like, am I supposed to bang my head and get amnesia? This is connected to the idea that I cannot develop disabilities because I am too rational.
Really, anybody can learn this, right?
They can.
Within a certain age?
Yep, between 6 and 12.
Why?
Because they don't have a logical brain. Basically,
to do telekinesis, you have to be stupid. That's what you're trying to say. Or that's what I'm hearing. So, you know what? That's it. I'm done with this point. And if you're not happy with the answer or, with my response to this argument of me unlearning stuff, then do a better job explaining what you mean. How about that? Because it's very stupid. You're just a toxic hater. I don't understand how not believing something that is considered impossible makes me a toxic hater. I don't understand how asking questions makes me a toxic hater. I don't understand how someone who goes to the trouble every week to try and replicate a claim of the supernatural with my very natural skills. So actually I'm putting the effort to show you that this could be done naturally. I'm not just a guy behind the keyboard going like, this stuff, it's all fake. You're all fake. This is stupid. I'm actively trying to show you something. I'm actively trying to ask questions, but apparently this makes me a toxic hater. So you know what? Today I am. Yes, I'm a toxic hater. But the thing is that it doesn't matter. And I can prove it. You know how I can prove it? Michael Jackson. It's undeniable that he has done some very terrible thing. Does that change the fact that he has produced some of the best song in the world? No, it doesn't. So even if I am the toxier hater in the world, if I'm right, I am right. And yes, welcome to life. It sucks. It really sucks. But if disabilities don't exist, I could be a murderer and it won't change the fact that they don't exist. So everyone is lying. Okay, this one sometimes is phrased in a different way. Sometimes the question is like, so do you think everyone is a fake or every supernatural ability is a fake? I'm not saying everyone is a fake, and I'm not saying disabilities don't exist. I'm just saying that so far, it hasn't been demonstrated, at least to me. Now, with the question, so you think everyone is lying, that's a little bit complicated because I know that there's a percentage of people that are lying, that are fraudster, for whatever they need, for money, for attention, whatever. They have a goal, they want to gain something, and they are lying. They are aware that they are liars, they just don't care. This is what they do. On the other end, there is another group of people, they are legitimately convinced that what they're experiencing is supernatural. Those people are not lying, but those are the people that I'm the most concerned for, because those are the people that once tested properly, once demonstrated properly that they don't have disabilities, that what they're doing is not remote viewing, telekinesis and whatnot, they are the one that are going to be the most crushed. They're the one that are going to be in trouble, and they're honestly the one that I am trying to help with this channel. Some of them deep inside, they know that sidewheel is moving for a million other reasons than your consciousness. Some of them, I feel like they deeply know, and they just need a one little, spark to make this realization. But some other, I think they're really, really, really deep into what I can only call a delusion. That's gonna be a problem in the future. I'm sure, and it's really. It really upsets me, and I feel really bad for them. On the other end, I give you, check this out, you're gonna like this, I give you that there might also be a small percentage who actually have disabilities. They just haven't figured out how it works properly or how to show it to the world. Yes, I'm giving you that there might be a few people that are not lying, and I can understand how they might be very frustrated. If that person is you, I'm not calling you a liar, but go back to the point of what would change my mind, and let's start there. If you really have this ability, I can help you. Now, on the other hand, if you're delusional, I just made things much worse, and I apologize. Why don't you go only after the people that charge money? Let's say that you are telling me about this amazing product that you just bought. Now, you're not selling it, you're not getting any advantage talking about this product, you just want to tell me, right? Now, if that product is fake, it's not real, it's a scam, it's a fraud or whatever, you are not directly but indirectly sending me to buy that product was a scam and a fraud. So yes, okay, you're not charging money, but do you understand how when people are gonna start doing research on the supernatural and they find your little video moving the side wheel, even if you're not charging them any money, even if you're the most positive person ever, because of your video, they might end up to the people who are actually fraudsters and scammers, and they're gonna take advantage of that person. And you are, in a way responsible. I'm sorry, that's how it is. What do you care? People, it's their money, it's their life. Let people do whatever they want to do. And I'm like, absolutely, please do whatever you want to do. But unfortunately, I also live in this world, and these people who want to do whatever they want to do are also around me and around my friends and around the people I love. I just cannot not say anything. But that's all I'm doing. I'm telling you what I think so that you have a counter. Then you can do whatever you want to do. Please, by all means, your money, your life, you do it. I just want to make sure that you know that there's another side. So yeah, live and let live, by all means. So let me give my opinion to these people. Why don't you reveal the trick? Alright, so I actually made a whole video explaining why I don't like revealing the tricks. And you can go check it out. And I give you actually 3 reasons why I don't like revealing the trick. But since we're here in this video, I'm gonna give you reason number 4, which is not so much of a reason, it's more of a question for you, which is like, I don't understand. When these people are telling you that they have mystical power, you just believe them. But when I tell you, hey, look, this looks the same and it's a magic trick, you want me to reveal the magic tricks, otherwise you don't believe that it's a magic trick. And in any case, I actually have a Patreon page that I just launched where I teach pretty much every trick I'm allowed to teach you, but also my favorite ones and the ones that I perform on this channel. It's just that I had to put it behind a paywall because I like money, but also because I really want the people who are truly interested in learning these tricks. And I'm putting a lot of effort into making these tutorials, so I just don't feel like giving it away for free. I also used to be a skeptic. I resent the way this argument is presented. I used to be a skeptic. The reason why I don't like this is because the way it's phrased, it makes it sound and look like being a skeptic is just this decision that you make, that suddenly you're not gonna believe in anything, that you're gonna call everybody a fake, that you're gonna be a toxic hater and whatever. And I know that this is a tactic that a lot of gurus and grandmasters use to get you into their side. Oh, you're a skeptic, so you're never gonna accept this evidence. I'm like, that's not what a skeptic is. As a matter of fact, let's pull out the definition of skeptic, all right? Is a person inclined to question or doubt accepted opinions. That's it. The most ironic thing about this last point, this I used to be a skeptic, is that this video, it's actually proof that you still are. No way. If you go to point number 1, when I say that I've tried, that I tried to experience this myself, and you say like you didn't do it right, you're being a skeptic. You're doubtful of my opinion and my research, and you're asking questions. In conclusion, I am not convinced that proper evidence has been presented for the existence of any of the supernatural claims that some people are claiming. I want to hope that this might change in the future, but also we need to ask questions, we need to test, we need to verify. I cannot just take something out of faith or belief because that's just going to turn me delusional. And delusional means that I'm going to start believing in things that are not real. Anyway, thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. As I promised, here's what happened with my nose. I tried to use telekinesis as self-defense and it didn't work. Actually, you know what? If you're still here, you're still watching this video, this is what I want from you. Just tell me how this happened. It's fine. If you want, you can embellish. That means you can make stuff up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Magic Isn't Real. I am Sebastiano. I shall see you next time. And let me know if there's something you want me to look at. If you truly believe that I didn't answer your question in this video or I didn't address your argument, let me know in the comments. And maybe I'll make another one of these once new questions starts popping up. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Peace out.